Well, as we've been reporting for days, Boston police employed intense security procedures similar to last year's marathon.
The goal, to keep the 26-mile route as safe as possible without ruining the festive atmosphere.
Our in-depth coverage continues now from Boston with Eyewitness News reporter Perry Russell.
Police made an attempt to go through every bag that came close to the race course this year. It wasn't hard to see how heavy the police presence has gotten. Every which way you turned, you were bound to see some member of law enforcement. Security has remained tight 2 years after those two bombs went off at the marathon.
It's been excellent, and the police have been so kind and accommodating and really just want to keep us safe. It's been wonderful.
Andrew Dawson came to the races with his young family. They just moved back to the area from California.
We lived here for about 6 years before that, and it was great. But it's the first time we ever came down, and 2 kids in tow, and they wanted to come see the runners.
How's security been so far?
Oh, perfect. It was easy to get through. As long as you know what you're looking for when you get bags coming through, you've got to get them checked.
From special ops to bomb-sniffing dogs, they worked to secure the marathon as best they could without losing the spirit of the race. Providence Police and Rhode Island State Police both sent dogs to help out.
Thank you.
Some security lines to get close to the course were long. For others, the wait wasn't too bad.
We waited about 15 minutes to get our bags checked before we got in, so feeling safe.
It's not intrusive, but I want them to keep it up. I want them to do as much as they can, what they need to do, and they're doing a phenomenal job.
And even 2 years removed from the bombings, our Eyewitness News analyst says events like this will just continue to see security tightening. In Boston with the Mobile Newsroom, Perry Russell, Eyewitness News.
Well, runners and spectators were met with enhanced security for the second year in a row.
Local and state police, along with the National Guard and K-9 units, lined the entire route from Hopkinton to downtown Boston.
New at 6 tonight, we're talking to an Attleboro woman who returned this year after narrowly avoiding one of the bombings 2 years ago. Eyewitness News reporter Perry Russell continues our in-depth coverage now from downtown Boston.
There was just some form of law enforcement each way you turned today, an amped up police presence to make sure what happened 2 years ago doesn't happen again. The Boston Marathon will forever be associated with the bombings 2 years ago. Daffodils were placed along Boylston Street, stickered with the now iconic phrase, Boston Strong.
But once that happened 2 years ago, once that horrible bombing happened, it literally became indelible on everybody's heart who loves this city.
As fans came out to the races this year to cheer on their family members and friends, the judge told Jahar Tsarnaev's jury to stay away from the marathon or any related events as the penalty phase begins tomorrow.
I was affected by the marathon bombing, so I'm definitely looking forward to hearing the sentence.
Sarah Heverly is from Attleboro. She was just feet away from one of the bombs that went off in 2013. She just happened to walk into a store just before the explosion. Are you looking for this entire story to be over?
Yes, I actually can't wait for the closure. I'm actually going to go stand in the spot for the first time right now and just take a picture and just feel, at peace with everything.
And now that jury has found Tsarnaev guilty on all 30 charges, that sets up deliberations on whether to give him life in prison or the death penalty. In Boston with the Mobile Newsroom, Perry Russell, Eyewitness News.
We have in-depth coverage of the Boston Marathon on our website.
Go to WPRI.com for a look at more inspiring stories from local athletes on the reason they're running and a look at more photo finishes.